Hello world, Shelly here, and today I'm going to show you how I like to do a neutral eye look with a little pop of color, because you know, I can't just not have color in my life. I'm going to be using the Chica Beauty Fiesta Mini Eyeshadow Palette. This one came in April's IPSY Glam Bag. Thank you to IPSY for sending me selections from the Glam Bag and Boxycharm this month free of charge. This is not sponsored. I'm not getting paid for this. However, if you use the link in the description to subscribe to your own IPSY, I will get a percentage, and I thank you for your support. If you're not familiar with IPSY, well, I will put a timestamp down below. If you already know about IPSY, you already subscribe, etc., jump to the eye look and we'll get into it. But if you don't know about IPSY, let me tell you a little bit about them. They are a monthly subscription and they've got a few variations. Look at this month's bag. This is April's bag. Look at this peach pom-pom. I'm obsessed with these bags. I cannot handle it. It's like a canvas this month. Sort of a canvas texture zipper bag in the Glam Bag. The Glam Bag is $14 a month. You get 5 deluxe sample size products, of which you get to choose one of them. The value's up to $70. Let's take a look at what I got. Now, this is not all the products that could have come in the Glam Bag. It's just a selection of them. Let's see what came in mine. One of the things is the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to use. Then we've got, oh yes, Elemis! I love Elemis and they're pricey. So when I get them in an IPSY, I'm very excited. I'm actually wearing their sunscreen today. This is the Superfood Glow Priming Moisturizer. I have not tried this one. Illuminating moisturizer. This is going straight into my primer drawer right here. All right, what else do we got here? Okay, Dew of the Gods. I love them. But I've only used their skincare, and this appears to be a hair serum. The Amalfi Gold. I'm probably saying that wrong. All right, Dew of the Gods. I didn't know you did hair. I'll try that. We've got from Avance the, I love me a good facial oil. This is the Advanced, I'm going to need some Sherlock help because your girl's blind. The Advanced Biorestorative Superfood Facial Oil. Okay, we've got avocado, sweet almond, jojoba, grapeseed, argan oil, wheat germ oil, papaya extracts. I love a good facial oil. Your dry skin girl loves it, but oily skin should use facial oil too. Facial oil doesn't make your skin oily. Like, excess sebum makes your skin oily, and actually, moisture can actually help the... So I'm not an oily skin expert. I just know that to be true. Bravo. Gonna enjoy that. And we have a full-size lip liner from Scone. The Luxe Lip Liner in Cosmo. Look at this nice neutral shade that I think I'm going to enjoy. So that is what we've got in the Glam Bag. Now the other option is the Boxycharm. And in the case of the Boxycharm, you don't get the super cute zippered bag, unfortunately. One of my favorite parts. But you get 5 full-size Prestige Beauty products. You get to choose up to 3 of them yourself. It is $30 a month and it's worth up to $200. So in my Boxycharm this month, I've got a brush set. I can't tell, is it BYOD or just BOD? We have an eye brush set. You know I'm a brush hoarder. If you saw how many brushes, you've probably seen me dig in my brushes, unable to find what I'm looking for because I have too many brushes and I still only use like 10. I don't know. I just can't get rid of them. I love them because there's that one makeup look that you're doing and you just need that one specific brush and I can't get rid of them. The other thing we've got here, First Aid Beauty Deep Cleanser with Red Clay. I'm not going to be able to use this one. Helps remove excess oil and unclog pores, safe for sensitive skin. I like First Aid Beauty as a brand. I've enjoyed quite a few of their products. This looks like it's for oily skin, so this is not going to be, it's going to be too drying for me. But I have family and friends that will enjoy it greatly. All right, then we have, never sad to get a Violet Voss palette, Pretty in Paradise all-in-one face and eyeshadow palette. Is that what we're doing now, the all-in-one thing? Like, I just got Natasha Denona's that I really like. I took a peek at the shades in this one, and it's a little bit too warm-toned for me. That's why I love the Balm Desert. You'll see me use this bronzer all the time because it's more of a red undertone than it is a bronze or brown undertone. I can't go orangey. It just doesn't look natural on my skin because if I get sun, I don't turn bronze. I turn red. And so if there's no red base to it, it doesn't look natural on me. So this is warm-toned, but all of our warm-toned people out there are going to enjoy this one because it does look quite pretty. And I do enjoy Violet Voss. So that's a nice find in this box. The other two things in the box, I'm going to use them today. So we've got, for which I'm going to, like, my brain doesn't know what to say first. The Buxom Plump Shot Sheer Tint Collagen-Infused Lip Serum. Let's just open this right now. Oh, it's got a shade to it. Dolly Babe. Looks like a pinky neutral. Oh, yes. I love Buxom lip products. Their lip products are some of my favorites. Let's just put this on now. I'll surely have to reapply when I finish my face, but... Okay. It's slightly minty, and you know what it reminds me of? The Thin Mint cookies, the Girl Scout cookies that I successfully did not cave into when the girls were going around the vendor event I was at yesterday selling Girl Scout cookies. I do not need cookies in my life right now. Oh, it feels lovely. If you don't like the kind of lip plumpers that give you that little buzz on your lips, you won't like the Buxom. They do that. It's not painful or uncomfortable. It's just invigorating, but it's there. It's noticeable. And that's been true of every Buxom lip product I've ever tried. Oh, but I feel like I just ate some Thin Mints. Like, that's kind of nice. All right, the other thing I'm going to use today, the No Chill Mascara from Lava Los Angeles. Lengthening and volumizing mascara. Smudge proof. Here's why I'm intrigued. It's brown. I don't own a single brown mascara because I'm very dedicated to my bold black eyeliners and mascaras. I've been trying to branch out into some colored liners lately, so I figure it's a good opportunity to branch out into some brown mascara. I can't get it out of the box. There we go. Oh, square, so it's not going to roll around in my vanity. And it's a brown case, so you can tell at a glance in your collection that it's the brown one. Super pokey wand. Not my favorite kind of wand. I prefer the long bristled ones, but we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. All right, let's do this eye look, shall we? Shall I zoom you guys in a little bit? I have to show you. For once in my life, like... It's the bummer that I have bangs now because my brows are being so cooperative today. What? Seriously, all I did was put my e.l.f. brow lift in there and they didn't even fight me. Like, I don't even know what's happening, but you can't see them because I got bangs. All right, let's zoom you guys in. Focus, focus, focus. Let's take a look at this palette here. Here's my plan. So... this here looks like the warmest shade in this palette. And of course these pops of color are a little bit leaning on the cool side. This is the lightest shade and it also pulls a little bit cool. So my decision it's basically going to come down to what I want in the crease. And I'm thinking what I'm going to do is transition, which is probably going to be a little bit light, and then... this for my crease, and I'll probably have to take a little into the transition. This shade's a little bit lighter, but it is a little bit more yellow toned, and it's leaning warmer to me, so I'm thinking I don't want to use that one. So I think I'm going to go transition, crease, outer corner is probably going to be this guy here, and maybe a little bit of this guy, and then I will do the inner third to half of my lid with that lighter pinkish shimmer. Okay, this is my Wayne Goss number 5. It is very hard to reference Wayne Goss eyeshadow brushes because he has different lines that are no longer available, but then he named them all the same. So like this is a number 5, but there's also another number 5. And then in his latest line, he started them with E, which should be helpful. I'm not sure if you can still get this one. I don't know. We're going to start with the lightest shade. I have already primed with the MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. Oh, bangs, are you going to be a hassle for me? I don't like keeping them up too long because then they don't come back down. But I gotta be able to see my eyes. At least you can enjoy my eyebrows for a brief moment. Yeah, this is not going to be dark enough for my transition shade. Well, let's get it down anyway. It'll be a nice sort of primer base anyway. I'm going to have to use that lighter one that's a little warmer. Let's just... Do I have to use it? No, I'm going to wipe my brush off. I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to go to this one for transition and try to do it with a very light hand so that I don't end up with it being too dark. Alright, camera, focus on my eyes, not my hand. Actually, this is working. This is not as pigmented as I expected from the shade as it spoke in the pan. I enjoy this brush for transition because it's got, see that point? It fits right into your crease. So do you see the shape of the brush is just naturally going to give you that blown out transition when you anchor the tip of it into your crease? It's a nice brush, gotta say. Wayne Goss knows what he's doing with his brush designs, for sure. I don't want to say that these shades are weak, but they're not pigmented at all, which we'll see. We'll see if we can build it up. This is good for beginners in the sense that you're not going to get too much product on your face all at once and then be in a situation where you can't get it off. Because you can always add more, but it's really hard to take away. But at the same time, if they don't build, then they're just kind of weak. They are building. We are getting some building. I personally, at this point in my makeup life, prefer a little bit more pigmentation because I'm not likely to put down too much at one time, you know? And I don't want to spend more time than I need to going back over my eyes with layer after layer after layer after layer trying to build something up like this. Like, transition should not take this long. But now you can also see this part of my eye right here never holds shadow. So that is not the fault of this eyeshadow. That is my defective face. But it is what it is. I just roll with it because, you know, we were all made some kind of way, and that is the way I was made. All right, I'm switching to my Sigma E25. I'm going to go into this darker brownish shade. Let's use this for crease. This is where I'm hoping it won't get too warm on me. But if it does, we will cool it down with those shimmers on the lid. So the way I use this brush, it's perfect. If you missed my video on finding the right brush shapes for your eye, I'll try to remember to link it down below, but I'm bad at remembering that. This brush has, if you look at it from the side, do you see how, focus on my hand, do you see how it's like got two sides? There's the wide angle, there's the side angle. So when I go into my eyeshadow palette to get color with this brush, I tap one side and then I flip it over and I tap the other side. So I've got product on both sides. And then when I go into my crease, I place it in the exact crease. Now, do you see how this brush doesn't spread the way the other one did? It's gonna lay in color depth right in the crease of your eye. And it won't go up and take over that previous transition shade that you put down. And that's why I like this brush for the crease. You kind of anchor it in your crease. If you put your eyeshadow powder on both sides of the brush, it does the work for me. It's getting the lower part of my crease, it's getting the upper part of my crease. I have slightly hooded lids, so this brush also works really well for that purpose. I try to disguise my little spot that doesn't like to take eyeshadow using this brush. And then at the end, I just take what's left and kind of get the beginnings of my outer 7 going on. Yeah, it's buildable shadow, but this is a little too much work for my preference. It's blending nicely. I mean, this one, I need a little more depth over here, y'all. Now, some people will love this formula. Like, it's really personal preferences as to how much product you want to come off on each sweep of the brush. This is a very hard pressed mats that take, not much comes up. Do you see, like, the yeah, I've used 3 shades so far, and there's no powder kick up whatsoever in those shades because it's not drawing up a lot of powder. I like it a little looser. I like it a little bit looser. But that's personal preference. That's not a quality issue. That's a personal preference situation. Let me find my Smith 253 brush. It's that triangle tip that I love for my inner corner, but then it's also nicely flat for the outer corner. Okay, let's start with this maroonish shade. Now this one kicked up a little bit. It's a shimmer. So yeah, it's got this, the shimmers have better payoff. So that's just the style of these mattes, it appears. That is just how they chose to do it. And that's fine. It's all good. Focus on my eyes. Camera, you're not being my friend today. You're being rude. See how that point also works for the outer corner? Oh, it's so good. I love this brush. I think I learned about this brush from Mel Thompson. Rest in peace. She had such an impact on my makeup life. Gone too soon. My brows are 100% Mel Thompson inspired as well. I aspired to have her brows. Like, that was a goal of mine. And it took me years to train them to, like, stand up. And they still don't always cooperate, but they're in pretty good shape now. Partially because, thankfully, I made it through the 90s without plucking them all out of my face. Alright, I'm wiping my brush off. And now I'm going to go into that pinky shade here. The lightest shimmer in the palette. Oh, it is pink. It's straight up pink. Okay. That I am not going to... the focus. I just got to keep my hand out of the frame is what we have to make sure we're doing here. Otherwise, you're going to get a good focus on my hand. This shade looks more beige in the palette than pink. But the pink undertone is what I'm seeing on my lids. Then I just very lightly tug it over the darker shade to get a little blend going on. Alright, I'm going to wipe that brush off. Where is my Wayne Goss number 20? This is from his original... Gosh, I need to wash this brush. From his original brush set. I don't think you can get this one anymore. I know this deep shade is a shimmer, but I'm going to go for it anyway. I also think it's a little bit blue undertone. We're gonna...
I didn't get that.
Oh,
could you try again?
I was not talking to you. I didn't even say anything that sounded like her name. I'm going to try to do my little outer 7 situation. Thank you to Nisha from Sugar Puff and Fluff. The first person that ever called this an outer 7 that I ever heard. And it changed my life. This is working. You generally, they recommend you don't use shimmers in the crease because shimmer and reflect draws attention to the eye. And typically when you're trying to darken an outer corner or darken a crease, it's because you want that to recede as opposed to come forward in the field of view. So that is where the don't use shimmers in your crease thing comes from. But I'm only using it in the outer corner, and it's such a dark shade that I decided to gamble, and it seems to be fine. Oh, it's doing it again. Focus on my eye, please. My camera does not want to be my friend today. Gotta say, I like that color. I do like that color. And then I always have to finagle that little spot that doesn't like to hold eyeshadow. And it's never gonna be perfect. I just have to accept that. I do kind of like that color for this purpose. Like, do you see how it's like just kind of giving a little, like a neat little sheen, but not a shimmer exactly. I just wiped my brush off a little bit because now I just want to blend. I don't want to add more color. Just need to smooth out that crease just a little. And I try to not have a harsh stop, but I don't want to bring the shadow any further into the inner part of my eye. So I try to have no product on the brush and just get a very gradual vanish into nothing type of a situation. All right, now I need the brush. This is a random Crown C513 that I use for my inner corner. I'm going to use my face highlight because there's not a shade in this that's light enough. What's Up Beauty? Serengeti highlights. This is the one, Wild Acacia. When you buy this, a portion goes to helping the cheetahs in the Serengeti. I'm just going to dab into the white part and get a little bit of inner corner highlight. I still need a highlight. My eyes just have so much darkness because I have these troughs in my bone structure that I need the highlight, y'all. I need the highlight. All right, I think we're good with the eyeshadow. Let's get the tight line happening. Where's my eyeliner? All right, this is the new Color Street Gel Liner. I cannot live without tight line. For me, I feel like it makes my lashes look better. It just gives depth. Even just looking now with just the liner and no mascara. Like, I just need tight line. It's one thing I cannot live without. I didn't do it when I was younger. But once I started, I just can't stop, y'all. I just can't stop. I also need to curl my lashes because my lashes stick straight out from my face. If I don't curl them, I just look weird. I'm not sure I understand. None of that sounded like her name. Why does she keep thinking I'm talking to her? I'm not. Alright, should we try this brown mascara? I actually don't think I've ever even worn brown mascara. I've worn colors like purple and blue. Do you remember the blue mascara days? You know, mid to late 80s. Gosh, I loved my blue mascara. Alright, let's see what brown mascara looks like on me. They say, and by they, I mean all the people that make the rules that I don't listen to, that as you get older, you should switch to using brown eyeliner and brown mascara because the black looks too harsh and it ages you. And I just don't care about that. I don't agree. I am gonna wear whatever I want to wear. But I can see how there are eye looks. I guess especially I'm thinking if you're doing like a nice neutral day, that a brown might be a nice option. All right, ignore the fact that I did get some of this on my eye. I really like that this looks like I have a whole lot of fanned out lashes. And this is just one coat. I say coat meaning one dip into the package. So one dip, there we go. This is not as dramatic of a mascara as I prefer. You know I like my lashes to be obnoxious, but it's nice. And I do like the separation and the million lash kind of look. I'm not sure it's going to hold up to my straight lashes. I feel like I'm already kind of not seeing the curl that I just put in them, so I don't know if it's going to hold them. When you have that happen, you can kind of hold your mascara up just for a few seconds and kind of let it set in hopes that it sets a little bit more upright instead of gravity pulling your lashes down and then having it set down. That helped a little bit, actually. All right, there's 2 coats compared to nothing on this side. It's not bad. It's not bad. I really can't tell that it's brown. It just looks to me less dramatic. But I like drama in my makeup, as you know. All right, here is the look. I do like how it turned out, I must say. I did go in with my Estee Lauder Double Wear Zero Smudge on my lower lash line. And here's where we ended up. I like it. I like it. And this buxom held up really well. I mean, I applied this half hour ago and talked through the whole thing, and we're in good shape, and I like this color. Oh, there's the cookies again. I love me some Thin Mints. They're vegan, you know. All right. Ta-da! All right. All right, Chica Beauty. Beautiful colors. The mattes are not my favorite style of matte. They're hard pressed. That's a personal preference thing. If you like that, you'll probably love this. The shimmers look beautiful. I like the curation of the undertones, that those cool shades work well with the warm shades. They're not super warm, they're like bordering neutral, so it all does work well. That's not easy to do, to curate undertones to work together like that, so bravo on that. And that is April's IPSY. Are you an IPSY subscriber? Do you enjoy your IPSY? Let me know in the comments down below. How about Chica Beauty? Have you used them before? Are you familiar with this brand? Is there anything else from this brand that I should try? Also, let me know down below in the comments. Check me out on Patreon. I've also got some behind the scenes stuff going on over there. And of course, all the socials. You can find me on all the places. Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, you name it. Not really you name it. That's all. That's it. That's the only places I post regularly. I'm on Threads too, but I read it more than I post there. Anyway, as always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. I appreciate your time, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.